y los veo la próxima, familia. Chao.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and happy 4th of July. Thank you so much for spending your 4th of July morning with us. Now, there's so many great events and activities for you to get out there and participate in, but we've got a great show in store for you as we're going to help inspire some of these wonderful activities. Now, have you heard of the Precision Lawn Chair Gentlemen? Well, you can go see them at the parade over in Vail first thing this morning, but they're quite the comedians, and they've got quite the performance that they're going to share with us here on camera in the studio, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. We're going to take you over to the Reitman Gallery in Vail, where you can enjoy a great new exhibition that they have taking place. We're going to show you how to make a kid-friendly 4th of July Day drink, as well as introduce you to the self-proclaimed Burger Master. But let's take a look at that local weather forecast after Good Morning Vail starts now.
Presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
Where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces.
Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
The Precision Lawn Chair Performance is something that you never want to miss on the 4th of July, and they always perform at the 4th of July parade. Well, we were lucky enough to have them in the studio and chat with them. This is their 40th year anniversary, and so we're always excited to celebrate something big like that. But let's introduce you to them right now.
And I am so blessed today to be with Richard Carnes, the Minister of Media, as well as Josh Haw, the Minister of Koozies, from the Precision Lawn Chair Demonstration Team. So, gentlemen, tell us a little bit about yourselves. How did you end up in the Vail Valley, and why are you still here?
Josh, would you like to take that one?
Of course. I will take anything I can get. So, why am I here, or how long?
How did you get to the Vail Valley, and why do you stay here?
Well, that's a very interesting story, Cece. I was actually a producer over in the East Coast, and I was actually headed to California, and in the Vail Daily there was an ad for a guy who could ski with a camera, and back in my old-timey days, the cameras were Ikegami 50-pound cameras, and they gave me a broken one, and they came out with me, and they said, if you can ski with this without dropping it, we'll hire you. So I skied with this 50-pound camera. They hired me, and I started doing videos out here for Vacation Video and for the old timers, George Sedlak and people like that. And that's how I started.
What year was that?
1988. 1980, yeah.
Okay, that's quite some time.
Quite some time, yeah.
And you've been here ever since?
I went to California for a while and did media work, and then came back for about 10 years.
Because we can't stay away from the Valley. No. So, Richard.
I got here in 1984. I was married and working for a gentleman that had a house up in Beaver Creek. And he was one of those types out of Dallas that had his own plane, had his own helicopter, that kind of thing. And he actually flew us up here.
We don't have any of those here in the Valley.
He actually flew us up here once. And about a week later, I was driving home to our house, and I counted the number of red lights. And I walked in the house. I mean, I was 24 years old, and walked in the house and said, why don't we just sell everything and move somewhere and have kids where people go for vacation? Let's go up to Vail. And my wife at the time said, okay. And 6 weeks later, we were up here. And I've been here ever since.
And your kids have grown up here?
All three. I got three boys.
That's awesome.
35, 32, and 23.
So switching gears, tell us about the Precision Lawn Chair Demonstration Team. How did it get started, and how did you two get involved?
1984, the Vail America Days Parade.
That's right.
And you weren't here.
I know.
And a guy named Little John had a mobile bar service, and he wanted to take it through the Vail Parade, as an act in the parade. And two good friends of his, Craig Campbell and Blaine Downing, were from California. They're from LA, and there used to be a thing out there called the Doodad Parade. And there was a briefcase team who marched in full suits, and they did routines with the opening up briefcases. And so they had the idea, the brilliant idea, doing it with lawn chairs, and then led to the Hawaii shirts and the Ocean Pacific shorts and sorels, depending on the time of year, matching gloves. We had matching hats, matching sunglasses, and so on, and did that first parade. And it just kind of took off from there. I did not get asked to join the team until '87.
What was the initiation like to get, to be able to get on the team?
Can you make it?
Yeah.
Can you walk? Can you talk? Can you drink beer? Those are the requirements.
I had a couple of video stores at the time when that was a thing, and
Poor Richard's Music.
And then led to that eventually. But a guy named Will Lewis was a customer, and he's still in the Valley. He's a real estate agent. He came in one day, and of course I was aware of the team, and asked me if I would join. And so I did. The first show I ever did was over in Summit County on Main Street in Frisco, and we were doing a live bit for Channel 4 for some parade over there. And I failed miserably. And Blaine Downing, our leader.
Just like earlier today.
Yeah, during the warm-up practice. Yeah. Blaine Downing, our leader, got right in my face, right in front of TV, live on Channel 4, screaming at me for screwing up. And, of course, the audience just went crazy thinking it was all on purpose. And it wasn't.
Well, speaking of parades, let's talk a little bit about your most memorable moments that you've had as part of this demonstration team so far.
There's a lot to count. Not too many to count, but there's a lot.
For me, it's the inaugurations we went to, and also Rockford. We opened up.
And let me just let the viewers know that it was for Bill Clinton as
Right.
well as George W. Bush.
That's right.
As I had mentioned earlier, Republican and Democrat. So
Clinton in '93, there are only 2 acts brought from representing the state of Colorado, and we were one of them.
Those
Wow.
were presidents of the United States, by the way.
Yeah.
One in '93 and one in
was president.
2001. One a Democrat, one a Republican.
And George Bush II was another president.
So what was the most memorable part about one of those?
You can't talk about that.
We can't talk about some aspects of that.
Oh,
That's
okay,
right.
go ahead.
Have you signed Secret Service,
Go ahead.
waivers?
Well, speaking about Secret Service, one of the most memorable was we're at Clinton's parade, right? And we're waiting, and it was actually a nice day, but it was windy. So it's sunny and windy. We're all sitting on the curb. We got our chairs. We're waiting and we're with a bunch of other, I guess acts or whatever, parade people.
Steel Pulse.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Steel Pulse, the band.
Yeah, the band.
Oh, wow.
That's right in front of us,
Yeah.
right? And then I noticed a guy up on the roof, sniper, and then I noticed a guy.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I noticed a guy standing about 3 people away from me, and the wind, and he had the, like Get Smart long jacket, the long trench coat on, and he had sunglasses, and he had the little wormy thing sticking out of his ear, and the wind blows his coat open, and there's this complete contraption with a submachine gun attached to his hip that he could just bring up all strapped to him.
And I'm sure you thought this was protection for the demonstration team,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up and asked him. I was like, hey, what's that?
Yeah, they're
What's
very
that on your
approachable.
coat?
They love when people come up and
That's
talk
cool.
to them.
Can you show that to me?
You reference Get Smart, and most of the people in the audience have no idea.
Most people don't know who Bill Clinton is, probably.
All right, let's go on to another memorable moment. When we prepared for this, the two of you talked about the advertising that you had been hired to do. Let's talk about the beer commercial.
By far, the best commercial was the Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. When that was a big thing, and we spent 4 incredible days out on Malibu Beach, and at the time, it was the most footage that the Miller people had ever used, that ever shot for a 60-second commercial.
It's because you kept screwing up.
And we go out.
73?
And it was supposed to start in February, a 13-week national run. And we were all stoked because, we'd made a little bit of money doing little commercials and parades and so on. But
And
this
a
was
little
Miller Lite, Rodney Dangerfield and all that stuff. And the week it was supposed to start, George Bush Sr. starts, what was the name of the war?
The Gulf
Desert
War.
Storm.
Desert
Storm. And that same week, it was supposed to start, and the Miller people said, we know it's a parody, but people might think you're really making fun of the military, so we're going to pull it. That was the last we ever saw of it. But filming it for 4 days in Malibu was incredible. We had our own trailers. We had breakfast, lunch, and dinner spread out for us.
Did you have your own Miller Lite taps as well? And was that
in the trailers we
in
did,
the
yeah.
trailer?
But we could not tap them until after shooting stopped.
Okay.
But it was a great experience. It really was. And just for Miller or, Anheuser-Busch, Coors, we would do it again in a heartbeat.
Beer companies love us.
Yeah.
So I guess for our viewers, if anyone out there is looking for some type of promotion for your widgets, the demonstration team is here and ready and willing
We
to.
can promote
for
widgets.
beer especially.
Yep, okay.
Widgets are a specialty.
So with that, I think the other thing to mention is that with all of the things that I mentioned in the introduction that you've done before, you've also gotten a lot of media press as well. So CNN, NBC, obviously the Denver news stations, the Denver newspapers. You've had a tremendous amount of...
Newsweek, People Magazine.
Newsweek, People Magazine.
We had a 2-page spread in People Magazine.
Wow, that's fantastic. How come I didn't get to see that photo?
And
I couldn't find it.
And this is what happened to me. We all do our jump for one of the demonstration things. We jump up, and in People Magazine, they chose the photo where somebody's hand is right in front of my face.
Oh, I think we may have that photo that we're going to show as well.
You act like that was an accident.
But as I also recall that you did a
Thought he had to
calendar
jump so
too,
much.
a Vail calendar.
We did the old, who was it that put that on?
Rex Key?
Well, we
hold
did it
that
2
thought.
years. Okay.
Hold that thought because we need to take a quick station break. And we'll allow Richard to come back and talk about that thought, and then we'll have them demonstrate for us.
Because we were naked.
Yep. Demonstrate for us. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long.
This is the one that works.
Starting on one side, peel off to expose adhesive and affix it beneath your earlobe. Stretch the strip around the back of your neck until it reaches the other side. Remove the white backing from the other end of the strip and attach under the other earlobe. Go ahead and take your hair down.
Wow, look at that. Necklace really is the one that works.
Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine, and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Oh wow, to fight 2 years off here.
Well, I like it.
It's like a mini facelift.
Oh, it totally works.
Think I need a box or two.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake! It's fake!
The Paltrow Cast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us.
Paltrow Cast. Good morning, Vail.
They are quite the riot, aren't they? Well, now they're going to perform here in the studio, the Precision Lawn Chair gentlemen. Let's see their wonderful performance.
Today I have with me Richard Carnes and Josh Hall, the Precision Lawn Chair demonstration team. So when we broke, Richard, I stopped you on a thought. Tell me about that calendar.
It was the Vail Valley Charitable Fund, and for a number of years they did a nudie calendar, a naked calendar, and they chose celebrities from around the valley. And I'm not sure how many years they did it, but we were the only group, the PLCDT, to do it 2 years.
Wow.
We did it once in front of the library and once in front of the amphitheater.
Awesome, awesome. Matter of fact, I think we have a photo of that the viewers can see as well.
Ford Amphitheater, he was a president too.
Yeah. Just going back to the past real quickly, you've been interviewed by Diane Sawyer, and I believe that was GW's inauguration. And Richard, you had one great quote about what success would be for you and the team that day.
Well, Ms. Sawyer, Diane, was just really impressed that our ultimate goal was to perform on the ultimate lawn, the White House lawn.
We called her Diana.
But we didn't get to do it until 2001, where they actually had us go through all the medical detectors. We had to put our chairs through the machines. And then they'd take us out
Metal.
to the front of the
Metal
White House, and they would not allow us to perform.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we got to stand there with our chairs.
Yeah, and actually I think we have a photo of that too. Oh, no, near the Washington Monument afterwards, but.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. All right, shifting gears. Let's talk logistics of this team. It's been around for actually longer than Beaver Creek. And you all must practice and you must, get ready for events. Tell us a little bit about how you all get together.
Well, the biggest thing that we still do all these decades later, of course, is the Vail America Days Parade, the July 4th parade every year. So when you ask how much we practice,
5 days a week.
At least on July 3rd each year.
Okay. And how long is that practice?
Until we
10 minutes.
run out of beer, then we go to a bar or something like that.
It's my understanding, too, that you have been in the parade since the inception of the demonstration team. Is that correct?
That's
Every
right.
year? Yep. I don't think we have one for COVID, but...
No, you're right. We did have to miss one for COVID. And then the second year of COVID, which been not last July, but the year before, there was no parade, but a group of us, and it poured rain. Remember that?
Yes.
A group of us took our chairs, I think 7 of us,
Yes,
and we
us
marched
too.
up and down Bridge Street and over around Wall Street, and people were coming out of the bars, and it was pouring rain. But we performed for shots, we performed for beers, and
We went back to our origins, marching for beer.
It was actually fun. And then
Yeah, it was fun.
last year we got to do the full parade again.
It's always fun.
Well, and as I recall, there was some feedback from last year's parade. Is that correct?
Feedback from last year's parade.
Yeah, I thought that there was a
Controversy,
lot of,
you mean?
No, very positive feedback
Oh,
about how
controversy.
all right, well, I guess maybe we won't mention that. All right, tell us about the team members. Is there a lot of turnover? There are enough of you to fill a baseball team without any substitutes at all, so everyone's got to pitch and everyone's got to catch.
I like that.
Yes.
But tell me a little bit about how many of you, how often, do you have turnover, and how can other people get involved?
I don't know about turnover. There's a lot of laziness. There's a lot of, hey, we're doing a show.
Do we get paid?
Yeah, do we get paid? I can't do it. So there's a lot of that.
I think at our peak we had 22 members, and that would have been for the Clinton inaugural in '93.
Yeah, we had a lot of people.
And we went through a span of maybe 10 years where our own kids, those of us that have kids, performed.
I sold mine.
It's a Thailand thing.
Josh is joking.
Yes.
Yes, he's joking.
Yes, I'm joking.
But our kids
really
performed.
sell my kids to
We actually had
China.
our kids. I had 2 of mine that performed. Another member had 3 of his. Another member had 2. And they performed for a number of parades in a row with the idea that, okay, these guys are going to take the chair. They're going to keep it going and keep it going. Well, unfortunately, they grew up, and we still haven't. And so we haven't had any new members in quite a while. But I will admit that we haven't exactly gone out recruiting.
It's called maturity stunt.
All right. Well, I got the pun, pass the chair.
Yes, pass
so
the chair.
I picked up on that. So tell me, what is your goal for the future of the demonstration team if we don't have the kids taking over?
My goal? My goal. I don't know yours, nor do I really care. But I would love a new group of 20-somethings to say, hey, we'll take it over. We'll do the next parade for you. And my idea would be I would get a big flatbed trailer and put all of us old farts on the back sitting in our chairs on a flatbed, and the new kids
with a keg
actually marching behind us all the way through the parade. And passing the torch.
You didn't tell me that part of it.
I know, I just made it up. Passing the flaming chair, so to speak.
I like that
I think
idea.
that would be ideal.
Huh?
My goal is just to have more people know about us, because I noticed that no one in your staff knew about us. And I even went up and down your building here, and I asked people, and nobody knows us. So my goal would be to get people to know us again, and to have beer sponsors sponsor us again for a big trip, like, maybe the next Olympics or the next inauguration, whoever's going to get in, something like that. That would be my goal. We need to go on another trip.
But see, I could see you. I mean, the newest Corona commercials that I've seen have actually been beachfront. I don't know if in a lawn chair, I could see you doing beer commercials forever.
Well, let's just say we're available. We're
Okay.
open-minded. We are available.
Yeah.
All right, well, that
I'm
in
available,
mind,
he's not.
I think would be important for viewers. If we want to generate some interest in this demonstration team, it's time for the two of you to demonstrate for our viewers. You game?
Ready?
Ready.
Right.
Oh.
Ho. And a bullfrog. Ready? Ho!
Hey. Bullfrog, ribbit, ribbit. Cocktails.
Ah, that was just awesome. That was just awesome.
Well, our hands stay up until something gets put in there.
Okay, well, my hand is going to be put in it. So I just want to thank the two of you for joining me on Good Day Vail.
Thank you, Cece.
That's
you
a
for
wrap
having us.
for us today, and we look forward to having you come back in our next episodes. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Cece.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Welcome to Street Magic. I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
Good morning, Vail.
As you're out exploring Vail and enjoying all of the festivities of the 4th of July, make sure that you stop by the Reitman Gallery as they have a wonderful new exhibition that you're not going to want to miss out on. We had an opportunity to go chat with them and see the incredible exhibition, so let's take a look.
4th of July is coming up, and what better way to celebrate than by visiting Jared Hankins' Ski Town Americana art show that is being showcased here at the Reitman Gallery in Vail Village, happening through July 14th, so a perfect opportunity to enjoy summer and 4th of July. And we are here with Jared himself, the creator behind all of this work here today. Jared, thank you so much for meeting us here at the gallery today. How are you feeling? What's going on your mind as you have, your gallery here being showcased?
Not much, just excited to share some work and yeah. It's exciting. It's time of the year. 4th of July is always fun up in the mountains.
Yeah. Always a fun time, and your work kind of showcases some of those feelings that come up during 4th of July, that nostalgia, some of those American values, or just kind of some of those memories that people have up here in the mountains. So tell me a little bit about your work kind of in general, and kind of where your passion for art started.
Yeah, this passion from art started a long time ago. I've painted professionally for about 25 years and been through all kinds of different series as far as stylistically and ink to oils and abstract to realism. This show particularly shows a lot of Americana and kind of iconic ski town imagery, things that kind of nostalgia that people lean into.
Yeah. And I love that. We're going to be kind of walking around through some of the pieces that are showcased here today. And I want to start off with this one that's kind of right behind you there, because it's quite interesting. We were talking about it off camera. It's called the Great Debate. Is that right? So tell me a little bit about some of the juxtaposition or the debate that is happening.
So since Vail's founding in 1966, there's always been a debate between Vail and Aspen of what, who is better, who has better food, mountain, local, ski town, the whole thing. And so this is two guys on a gondola debating over Vail and Aspen, with obviously the Vail iconic Gondola 1 against the Maroon Bells background. So it's kind of a subtle conversation piece for people that understand it, but I also wanted it to just be kind of a cool painting for, if you were passing by it just to, and you didn't know the history, it's kind of still entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah, the yellow kind of against the more neutral background definitely stands out, and I'm sure it will also spark a lot of conversation amongst those of us that do know kind of what's going on.
I think a lot of people are like, why are the Maroon Bells in back of a Vail gondola? But that's the whole point.
I love that. I love that you kind of tell that story through art. And I want to move, Jared, if we will, kind of through some of these pieces too that are kind of on the theme of the ski town gondola chairlift. Tell me a little bit about these guys.
The two chairs is obviously, I think it started with a rope tow and a T lift, but the two chairs is iconic in the sense of all ski towns and people finding nostalgia. And most people grew up with skiing on 2 and 3 chairs, before the 6-man lifts. Yeah. But I wanted it to be a little bit more whimsy and a little bit more of almost a carnival kind of vibe to it, and so having kind of the primary tones and bringing it back to a real simple space of just representing, kind of ski life as it were.
Absolutely. Jared, let's make kind of our way down to check out some of the pieces, and I want to highlight also the art show or the exhibit is going to be happening here in Vail Village through July 14th. It's been happening already for a few weeks at this point. I know there's going to be a opening reception on July 5th. So tell me a little bit about that, and for folks who are interested in joining, they can do so.
Yeah, Friday, July 5th is obviously a popular weekend anyway. It's but we're going to have Oscar Blues come and give some beers away for anybody that's over 21, and come down and hang out and get a koozie.
Absolutely. That's going to be happening July 5th, which is right after the 4th of July holiday. So if you're in town and want to come check out some of Jared's work and maybe grab a beer, as he said, if you're over 21, that'll be a perfect opportunity. And that all kicks off at 5 p.m. on the 5th.
Yeah.
Awesome.
5 to 9, I think, something like that.
All right. Jared, now tell me a little bit some of the pieces we have here behind us as well, and kind of what they represent.
Obviously music and ski towns go together pretty well. This piece dates back to a series that I did of famous guitars. This is John Lennon's 66 Casino.
Oh,
And I had this idea in my head of painting these guitars, and I thought, whose guitar would I paint rather than what guitar? And so I ended up doing a series of these through the years of 7 different ones of iconic guitars that are kind of as identifiable as the people that played them.
Yeah.
And then obviously with some of the iconography of the ski town and sort of, I think ski towns are typically kind of, they're in the same light of small town America, you know, but they're kind of the West version of that, the same thing. And so it's sort of fun to lean into some of the iconography of the way I grew up, and the old rear entry boots and seeing people roller skate in the summers, and it's just it's a fun vibe to kind of capture some of the nostalgia of it.
Yeah, no, I like how you kind of combine that nostalgia, but also with some of those fun elements like the roller skates or the ski boots that are very close to many people here in the mountains with the ski boots and all of that. Behind us, Jared, I know are also some other pieces. The one we see back here has already been sold, is my understanding. But if you want to maybe highlight some of the last pieces.
I mean, some of this black and white series really dates back to I lean into a lot of the early photography of the American West, and these, again, I want these to typically be kind of a landscape that anyone could recognize or like, but if you've been on that ridge line, you probably recognize where you've skied and the lines you've taken and stuff like that. And so as far as the 10th Mountain Division, these are, it's something that obviously is in this area, Camp Hale, and it's an iconic and really symbolic of this area, and why Vail exists and why a lot of the mountains around here exist is because of Riva Ridge and Camp Hill. So they're fun pieces. I know this piece is sold, but I do plan on kind of expanding this series and doing different adventures around.
As a Vail Valley local myself, I definitely recognize that view, and I definitely know kind of exactly where that is. So I appreciate highlighting some things that for many people, locals and visitors alike, I know they're going to find something that they can relate to through your work. So Jared, thank you so much for greeting us here at the gallery today in Vail Village. Your art is going to be on display through July 14th. So everybody that's in town, come check it out here in the heart of Vail Village, and maybe get a chance to meet Jared on the 5th as well and check out some of his work. So thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you. Come by, and the work will hang year-round, so you come by and check it out anytime.
Alrighty. Jared, thank you so much once again. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with more of the show, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest. Yes,
it's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad.
This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
A great way to celebrate 4th of July is do something interactive with the kiddos. Well, we're going to show you how you can make a great drink in the kitchen with them, and that way there's something for everyone this holiday season. Let's take a look.
Hi, welcome to Craft Corner. I'm here with Chloe. Chloe's going to be showing me a fun little 4th of July drink today. It's a, do you have a name for it?
4th of July.
4th of July. Creative.
Thank you.
And it's kind of like a mocktail situation, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
tell me about it. We have some right here.
So we are going to be making these cool ombre drinks.
Right, in these patriotic colors. That's
yes.
so fun.
Red,
okay.
white, and blue.
Perfect. Well,
all right. It's really simple, really easy, really fun. Let me show you how. So first, you want to take a measuring cup, and
perfect.
You want a red drink. We are using Fanta. You can also use Cherry 7-Up or any other good red drinks that you want. And it depends. You pour some in here. It depends on how much, depending on your cup size. And that's basically just your cup size. Or if you don't like Fanta, you don't have to do that much.
Okay, perfect.
Then we have this rose grenadine. This basically just helps it stay at the bottom and also add some good flavor.
Some nice cherry flavor. Okay,
Yes.
we got a cherry strawberry situation so far. Nice.
And that's next. All you do is you just pour it into your glass.
Okay, yeah. And both of these glasses are pretty full of ice.
Yes.
So is that just, you know?
That's just for aesthetic reasons.
Okay, yeah.
Really.
So you want like a pretty full glass of ice to
Yes.
start. Okay, perfect.
And then you can mix them up too.
Okay, perfect. So I'll do my strawberry. How much did you do? Did you kind of just...
I honestly just guessed, because if you don't do enough, you can just add more.
That's
If you
true,
do
and I
too
guess
much-
it all depends on like how much you want of each color, you know?
Yeah.
And
if
how
you-
big your cup is.
If you do too much, you just don't have to pour it all in the cup.
It's true.
There's not much room to mess up here.
Well, that's what you say, but you never know. Okay,
True.
so I added the grenadine.
All right.
And I guess you can kind of do the proportions however you want. You know, I did a little less cherry. I don't love cherry, so you know.
I like cherry. So I
Kind of
added a lot.
up to you. Okay, so I'll pour it in.
Yeah.
Ooh,
If you
watching
wanna-
it go down the ice is so nice.
You want to fill up a third of the cup.
Looks like a
'Cause
third
we're
to
doing
me.
3 colors. Next, we are adding lemonade for our white.
Okay.
So this one, you don't need one of these just because you can pour it straight from the bottle because you're not mixing anything into it.
Perfect.
And this one, this is basically our white.
All right.
In the American flag. This
Oh yeah,
one,
it kind of makes the red a little less strong.
yeah, and,
okay.
and it doesn't, this one doesn't layer quite as much as the blue and red, but it'll still add a lighter color and good flavors.
Okay, perfect. Is that enough? Should I add a little more?
Up to you.
I'll do a little more. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, perfect.
So lastly, we are going to pour the blue in. And this one, you can just use any blue drink.
Got some Hawaiian punch.
We have some Hawaiian
Nice.
punch. And for this, you want to pour on top slowly and carefully. So I'm going to pour some in here just because it's easier to pour little amounts at a time if it's in one of these.
Yeah, and I guess you don't want it to mix too much, right?
Yeah.
You got to be kind of
'cause
careful.
if you pour it fast, it will mix and look purple.
Okay.
So we are going to just pour a little bit at a time.
Oh, nice and slow.
Nice
oh,
and
beautiful.
slowly, and you can see it.
Yeah, it kind of it doesn't. When you pour it in slowly, it kind of stays away from the red. Look at that! Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Wow.
Now you can do yours.
Okay, perfect. Wow, that turned out so pretty.
Yes.
I love
Isn't
the
it
bright
so
colors,
pretty?
really patriotic.
It's so festive, and it looks so pretty.
I feel like it'd be
I
so
love it.
refreshing too if you're spending the day outside.
A hot summer day. We also have some cherries.
Oh,
we
cute!
can add.
Top it
I'm
with
gonna
some
add some.
cherries. Okay. I'll add my blue. carefully. Oh my gosh, this is kind of intense. I'm a little nervous. Oh, look at that.
That looks
beautiful.
so pretty.
Oh
I
my
love the
gosh,
ombre.
This is adorable. This would be so cute too if you're having like a themed party or something for the holiday. Look at that.
It'd be so pretty.
Everyone would be so impressed with your skills. But
yeah,
it's just like pouring free drinks.
They look
into a
really
cup.
hard. It looks really hard and fancy to make.
I know. I feel like
But
I'm
it's
like
not.
a barista right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's beautiful. Should we drink it? Is it?
Do you want to try some? I mean, it's just a bunch of soda. So.
Wow. Well, it's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for showing me this drink.
Of course.
It's great for the 4th of July. So try this out at home. If it looks good to you, you can put your own twist on it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Have a happy 4th, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Take catch! I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smoke. Jason can't even breathe right now. Look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Good morning, Vail.
The self-proclaimed Burger Master has some great tips for you during this grilling season. Let's see what he has to say.
With these warmer weathers, it is officially grilling season. In particular, it is burger grilling season. And joining us now, we have Chef Josh Capone joining us. Chef, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Lot going on, Chef. I know you're the 7-time winner of Rachel Ray's Burger Bash. You got quite the credentials coming up, and you got quite the burgers in front of you. But talk to us a little bit about this time of year. What goes into a good grilling session, and what do you like to do?
Listen, summer grilling is upon us. The perfect season to get outside, enjoy the backyard with your friends and family, and grill up some beautiful burgers to put a smile on everybody's face.
Yeah, and so obviously you're in the kitchen here grilling it up. What can you tell us a little bit? I can't wait. What do you got in front of you there?
Well, I have 3 of my signature burgers that were featured at Cape Bon's Burgers at the brand new Fontainebleau Hotel in Las Vegas. We're going to start with the Capon's Classic. Melted American cheese, sliced tomatoes, shredded lettuce, and pickles with a little secret sauce. We have our smokehouse with our caramelized onion and bacon jam, shaved pickles, and crispy onions. And of course, we're in Vegas, so we have our blackjack burger. And you're going to want to double down on this bad boy with a black truffle aioli, melted raclette cheese, and crispy potatoes. That burger hits the jackpot every time.
Man, those look so good. Those look so good, especially with those fries and tots in the back. That looks amazing.
Fries, tots, kettle chips. Tots are having a moment right now, let's be honest.
That's it, that's it. So obviously it's a skill, right? Manning up or being on the grill, it's a skill and it's an honor, but what is that skill? How do you build that skill?
Listen, I think everybody should, men, women, children of all ages, just be comfortable with the grill. It's a great way to cook. It's outside in the backyard, your friends and family around you, and you don't have to clean up, which is one of my favorite things about cooking on the grill.
Yeah, and what's your biggest tip or trick to someone that's trying to kind of get over that edge and kind of make these things truly special?
I think my biggest tip is just bring out everything you need so you're not running back and forth in the kitchen. Get that grill nice and hot. Give it a good scrub with a grill brush. And then I take a rag with a little bit of oil and rub down those grill grates so nothing sticks to the grill and you create a nice non-stick surface.
I love that. And how are things going down there at the Fontainebleau Hotel with the new restaurant?
Everything is going absolutely incredibly well. The hotel is drop dead gorgeous. It's probably the nicest hotel to open up in Vegas in the last 15 years. It's really something special. And I'll tell you one thing, the food and beverage program is second to none.
Man, look at those burgers. What goes into the combinations? How do you pick and choose what goes with what?
Listen, I just like to have some fun, but when you have your friends and family, just create a whole little toppings bar. Have some different cheeses, have some different buns, brioche rolls, potato rolls, pretzel rolls, sliced tomato, pickles, bacon, anything you think might build the perfect burger, and have your guests just build away, cut them in half, cut them in quarters, taste a whole bunch of different burgers.
I love that, and obviously the juicy meat's the big part of it, but you ain't having fun unless you got that bun, hun. What goes into the buns here?
Exactly. What was that?
What goes into the buns? How do you prep those buns to be perfect?
Listen, a little bit of butter. Don't tell anybody. A little bit of butter right on the grill and get them nice and toasted on both sides. When somebody picks up that burger, if that bun is nice and warm and toasted, you know you're winning.
That's it. And obviously burgers steal the show here, but what do you like to cook up and what else do you serve up at your restaurant? What are some of the accoutrements or sides here?
Listen, burgers are all about summertime, but I actually am saying it's a summer skirt steak. I'm a big fan of skirt steak. Give it a nice little marinade, maybe a little taco seasoning, and make some grilled skirt steak tacos. Also another winner in the backyard.
That's awesome. So obviously people think it's a real honor to be the one grilling. It's also a little bit of pressure. How do you recommend people get through that pressure of cooking for everyone at the barbecue?
Listen, just have some fun, relax. We're only cooking burgers. You can't screw them up. Keep an eye on the grill. Pay attention to what you're doing. You want to be careful. You don't want too many flames, right? We don't cook with fire. But just have some fun in the backyard and keep it casual.
So when you're in the kitchen or at the grill, chef, what's the best part? What's your favorite part? Is it putting that last bun on? Is it starting the process? What's your favorite part of this whole thing?
I think for me, once that cheese starts melting over that patty and you pull it off and you build a burger and then you just cut them into halves and you're handing everybody a half a burger and you watch them. They look at the burger, they take a big bite. It's all juicy, and they just have a big smile on your face because burgers make people happy.
Burgers make people happy, and they make kids happy. Do you have any tips on serving these things up? These are got a lot going on. Any tips on serving it up to the little ones?
You know what I like to do? I don't like to commit to a whole burger. So again, make a few different variations. Put some toothpicks in there, maybe 4, so you can cut them in quarters, and have everybody taste a bunch of different burgers so you don't have to commit to one big burger.
I love that. I love that. What's kind of next in the grill world? What are you looking forward to this summer barbecuing?
Big T-bone steaks, a little filet, little strip, big cowboy ribeyes. I love a good tomahawk chop with that big bone. Makes a great presentation. Everybody oohs and ahs when they see that big bone on the tomahawk.
I love that. And especially this time of year, a lot of people are just getting those pre-made patties. What's your recommendation here? Just get those patties pre-made, make your own? How do you recommend?
You can make your own. You can buy them pre-made. Just make sure your meat is nice and ruby red. It's got some nice marbling in there. I like a blend of chuck, short rib, and brisket. Again, 80-20, meaning 80% meat, 20% fat. Yields a juicy burger every time.
Love that. Chef, how fast can you mail one of those burgers to me here from Vegas?
Listen, I'm tempted. Believe me, I'll bring it to you right now. If I could, I would.
Man, those things look good. Chef, anything else we should have asked you either about, the new restaurant, burger season, anything else you want to add?
Come on down to the Fontainebleau. The hotel is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And for any of these recipes and so many more, just go to beefitswhatsfordinner.com and follow me on the gram at Chef Capon for these and so many more cooking tips.
Oh, coming right up. Love the energy, love the presentation, and yeah, I gotta get me a burger ASAP. Those things look amazing.
I appreciate it, man. Happy summer grilling, everybody.
Happy summer grilling, Chef. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for tuning in. Everyone, take those tips, take those pro tips, and take them onto the barbecue with you this summer.
Of course, we want to thank you so much for tuning in to your 4th of July edition of Good Morning Vail, but now it's time for you to get outside and enjoy all of the wonderful activities that are taking place in our community, whether you make your way up to Beaver Creek or you make your way over to Vail. But before you go, make sure that you mark your calendars. You tune in tomorrow. We're giving away tickets to an incredible magician taking place up at the Villar Performing Arts Center, and a way to win them is to watch and win first thing tomorrow morning. We'll see you then.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America.